Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM20 story, The Head Coach with me, Daniel, a journeyman story combined with the Director of Football Challenge, and this time we're managing Halifax Town today. If you're not quite sure of the reasons for that, then you very much need to catch up with the last episode. We got a big job offer, we've moved clubs here, and you can see we're now in charge of Halifax. We'll be going through our first game today against Chesterfield, a bit of a bottom of the table clash to start with, and we'll get a barometer of how big this challenge is. Hopefully it won't be as big as we're expecting. But the reason I've started on this screen is a bit of an interesting one. We're still continuing to study for our National A licence, which Kettering kindly funded, but most importantly our reputation's gone down, and that's despite joining Halifax from Kettering. We've gone up 2 divisions, we've gone to a professional side, they've got a better reputation themselves, but our star ratings just dropped below that one again, unfortunately decreasing despite us moving clubs. But that's not too much to worry about, just a little interesting note I couldn't quite work out. But at 28 in our third season, we really are moving along nicely, and today we take charge of our first professional game. It's time in the EFL for League 2 against Chesterfield. It's not a particularly good moment for the club. They're on a run of 7 games without a win in the league, and even then, if you take out their one victory at the start of October, it's a run of about 1 in 13 or 14 in the campaign. They're not in a good position. They've only won 3 out of 20 games, 11 defeats in that time as well. The joint second worst goal difference in the league, second bottom of course just a point ahead of Carlisle. There's plenty of negatives here for us to worry about. It's going to be a long old struggle to get us out of there. Having said that, if we win today, we're just 3 points behind Chesterfield and right back up there competing to survive. So if we can get through to January and be within 3 points, I'll fancy our chances if our Director of Football can help us. But before we get into that game and look at what's going on at the club, a massive thank you to everyone who continues to support the series. I hope you approve of this move to Halifax. Realistically, I had to take it. Moving up 2 divisions, a chance to manage in the EFL. It wouldn't have been a realistic save if I turned it down. So a massive thank you for following along as always. If you are looking forward to our first game at the new club, please do put a thumbs up on the video. In the EFL, it's going to be a big challenge for a young manager, and with very little experience, we're going to have a lot of hard work to do as well. And if you're new to the channel and looking forward to the challenge with Halifax Town, please do subscribe for daily FM20 content. Our other one club story with Dorking Wanderers will be back tomorrow. That one's in a pretty good position at the start of the season too. A really interesting time in both saves at the moment, so I'm looking forward to playing both of them plenty this month. So let's see what we've got to look ahead to today. The dynamic screen, as I showed you before, was looking alright. Everything's okay. We've decided on a tactic. We'll meet that before we start the match, of course. And we've also got to talk about our staff responsibilities, just to keep showing how we work under the head coach bracket. So we're now just responsible for 8 tasks at the club, and even those I don't think we need to do. The only reason I'm still doing the which staff should undertake courses is because there's no one to possibly delegate to at the moment. We're doing touchline instructions and team talks, leading individual training, press conferences, we're doing all of that stuff, and we're handling the team selection, of course. Aside from that, we're doing nothing at the club. The staff are doing absolutely everything. All of the staffing, contracts and transfers, we'll be leaving that to the capable hands of our colleagues and crossing our fingers that all goes well. So with that done and shown, just so you can set it up the same if you're doing a similar challenge, let's go and have a look at the tactic we've decided on. We've just tried to fit around the players we've got at the club at the moment. A 4-2-3-1 what I've gone for in the end. We have got a little bit of a decision to make in midfield, whether we play with a number 10 or a holding midfielder. For now I'm going number 10 just to give us a little bit of impetus moving forward. We've actually got a lot of good footballers in the team. Bar the 2 wide men who are electric quick, everyone's a good footballer. They can play pretty nicely. We've got a ball playing centre half, a wing back and a full back on attack, so I'm hoping we can control possession in the matches. We're sticking to a balanced mentality. We're near the bottom of the league for a reason. We certainly don't want to be going too advanced, but we are going to try and keep the ball pretty well, something we've not really done with Kettering. We were doing the opposite with them because they just kept signing big target men, playing with 5 or 6 really solid defenders, trying to make the most of set pieces, which we can't do in this one. So we've got a lot of short players and not many that are particularly strong in the air. The only thing that's really missing at the moment from this tactic is we haven't got a sweeper keeper in goal. The backup keeper's there at the moment. He's a goalkeeper on defend. The other one's on loan at the moment, but unfortunately he's injured till he gets recalled, so it's irrelevant what position he plays. As it happens, he was pretty good in a sweeper keeper position, but it's not going to make any difference at this point. and in January I hope the Director of Football prioritises that, as we desperately need a good goalkeeper coming in. But overall, Halifax are a pretty good club. The Generals are looking pretty nice as well. What I didn't realise in the last episode is they were only promoted last season, finishing third via the playoffs, so their manager getting sacked when they're in 23rd place seems really harsh to me, and if they're treating that manager that harshly, I don't even want to know what they'll do if we get relegated. It's pretty safe to say we won't keep our job. They'd been a bottom half National League side till that point. They got a brilliant manager who got them up into League 2, and then as soon as he has a poor run and drops into the bottom 2, he's been sacked almost immediately. So I'm a little bit concerned about that. Plenty of things for us to worry about here. No affiliate club, so we're not going to get any benefit of a parent club. Our Director of Football going to have to do his own work, and the capacity used in normal matches is significantly reduced, so the ground capacity we were excited about, not quite so much for us to look forward to. They're doing a big terrace conversion to seating, one of the big things about being promoted, and that's probably why the finances aren't so great, only just in the black, but it's dipping quite quickly. But with that done, I can't hold it up any longer. Let's get into the first game against Chesterfield, our debut for Halifax Town, our debut as a professional manager, and let's see if we can get ourselves a positive result. Anything other than a defeat is success. As we already knew, our lone goalkeeper was missing out. He's not going to be back and playing for us at all in the future. 7,000 people expected at Chesterfield today. They're doing well despite having a couple of injuries. They've not won in 3 either though, so both sides in pretty poor form. So let's go and have a look at our lineup today and see if we can cause a big shock. We've got Johnson in goal, the backup keeper, the only really good professional fit at the club. At fullbacks is Duckworth and Cerula, with Francis and Lomas in central defence. Francis the ball-playing defender, he's a good passer of the ball, not really very good defensively unfortunately. Lewis Lomas of course featuring in our other series with Dorkin, he's a backup centre-half at this level in that one, so that shows just how much weaker this squad is, although he has developed slightly better in this series. Duckworth's a wing-back on automatic, just because he's got a winger in front of him, and then a full-back on attack is Cerula. He's going to try and get past the inverted winger. In the deep line playmaker role we've got Earring, a 3-star player who's decent on the ball, and then Liam Nolan's just going to sit there as well, a really solid midfielder, and I'm hoping he'll be able to do a steady job for us, as well as taking a number of the set pieces. We've got Jones and Junior on the wings, one cutting in from the left hand side, and then Danny Lloyd, the experienced number 10 in behind Southwell, he's there as a pressing forward on attack. It's his preferred role, but we might change him to an advanced forward later, just because that suits his attributes better, and as a striker he's not really scored many goals this year, just 3 in 17 starts in the league. But let's go and get into our first game as the Halifax manager, see if we can get ourselves a result. We've only been in charge for just under 6 hours, not even taken a training session yet, but we're being bold, we're going into the dressing room and hoping we can get these lads to perform. Well, a 4-3-3 for Chesterfield, they've gone for the defensive midfielder instead of a number 10. Lots of players I recognise there, former Luton striker Mark Cullen up front, Mandeville on the right wing, McLaughlin on the left, really solid front three at League 2 level. The likes of Kellett at left back, Wakefield in the middle, so many strong performers here, and this is going to be a really difficult game for us. I'm not quite sure why they're down in 18th place. We're going to encourage the lads to end their poor run of form. Hopefully the new manager bounce will take effect, but that relies on us getting our tactical decisions right, something we can't guarantee at this point. Chesterfield with a kick-off back to the centre-halves. We're just hoping we can hold out for the first 15 or 20. We concede an early goal, then the floodgates will open, and I think it'll probably be a long afternoon for us. 5 minutes gone though, the signs are good so far. We've even got a corner to finish it now. Nolan with an outswinger from that right hand side. Let's see if he can use his quality for the delivery. It's an absolutely woeful one, straight into the keeper's arms. Couldn't have asked for much worse to be honest. And now Bonnie will bring it out the goalkeeper. He's going to try and start a counter for Chesterfield. Took ages to get it forward, but he does go long in the end. Duckworth wins the header for Earring. Cerula goes long over the top though, but unfortunately it's not able to find his target. We're trying to play short football, but all I've seen is long balls so far. Mandeville now on the attack on the right, but it's cleared away and Junior will pick it up in a deep position, looking for the overlapping fullback ahead of him. Here's Cerula on the left hand side. Been a very long highlight, so it better end with a goal for us. Halifax on the front foot early on, but neither side yet to have a shot on goal. Now Junior can change that on the left wing. To the byline he delivers, Southwell's in there, just misses his head off the top, but Jones gets it back in and Southwell volleys in. A dream start for us as manager here. 4.5 minutes on the clock and Southwell's got his goal, working hard as that pressing forward, just beating a defender to the second ball. They went straight back for the kick-off as Murphy's got it a centre-half, Chesterfield looking to get immediately into it, McLaughlin gets it on the left from the switcher play, and the right-back Duckworth's trying to chase him. Into Wakefield in central midfield, back out to Kellett on the left, into Cullen, it's a brilliant block, Nolan and Jones combine to clear, it's hacked long downfield and we get away with it, and we're just under 10 minutes gone, we lead 1-0. Well, over half an hour gone, we haven't seen another highlight since, but the stats it looks like we're doing pretty well. We're back for a Chesterfield corner though, which is headed away to the back post. Maguire picks it up on the left wing, he cuts it inside to Dinsmore. Here's Rees and now Murphy, they've got a man over here, Chesterfield. Thankfully Wakefield goes for the glory himself though. It was a wayward effort and it went over the bar, and with 10 to the break we've still got our lead. Throw on the right for the home side, Yarney getting it to Cullen. They're really starting to get on top here now, Chesterfield. Falls for Kellett on the edge, Jones clears but not away. Almost put it back into the danger zone there. Cullen heads wide and we get away with it. With 5 to the break we're hanging on. It's been a pretty strong performance but we look a bit vulnerable and I'd really like to quite double our lead. We're about to do that though. Drop down for Lloyd, I almost lost my words there. Lloyd tried to volley him but he was just beaten to it. Hacked away for a throw in by the Chesterfield defence and it could have been a dream finish to the first half. I can see bottom side Carlisle have got a point so far at home to Oldham. They're drawing 1-1 there at the moment, so we really want to get clear of that bottom side Carlisle, leave them marooned at the bottom, and then we can focus on chasing the side above us rather than trying to look over our shoulder. Junior picks it up on the left wing, giving possession away again, and I'm a little bit concerned about this. We've set ourselves for shorter passing, trying to control possession in this match, and we're giving it away with a lot of poor long balls, not something that was in the game plan. Nolan's trying to get there on the edge of the box, falls for Dinsmore instead though. He goes wide to Kellett, another good delivery, just hacked away to Mandeville. Yarney shoots, the first one's blocked, offside before the second, and that's going all the way back to Mandeville picking it up. Not quite sure what took so long there. At half time though we do lead 1-0. We've been pretty good value for it for the most part, but the last 10 minutes have been a little bit concerning and hopefully we'll be able to pick up in the second period. We've told the lads to keep it up, the lads all look delighted. They've been doing really well to be honest. Not a side you'd expect to be second bottom on this performance, but of course there's a long way to go and it's very easy to collapse late on. Lomas gives the ball away with a long through ball, again trying to play direct for some reason, completely ignoring the tactical instructions. Maybe it's just nerves. It'll probably take a while for us to get our print on this side. Jones picks it up on the right hand side though. He goes back to Lomas, again the long ball, and again it's a poor one intercepted by Kellett. I know he's not a good ball playing defender, but I might change him to that tactic anyway, only because he keeps going long at the moment and he's conceding so many chances. Kellett with a shot from the edge of the box blocked. Lomas doing his duties defensively now, but all of this coming from him hoofing it long when he had a couple of simple 5-yard passes on. Rees out to the right hand side to Yarney, gets the ball in, Duckworth heads away, Jones knocks it down and hacks away for a throw in, and we're still surviving by the skin of our teeth. Throwing at left back for Chesterfield, it's Kellett who takes it to McLaughlin. Certainly a lot of the dangers come down that side of the pitch. Cullen beats Lomas to it. We're not doing too well at the back there. Cullen cuts it back to Wakefield. Unmarked, but Lomas got back very quickly. Brilliant defensive work there. And Kellett again picks it up on the left wing. It seems like it's just going to be a matter of time now. Maybe it's time we switch to having a holding midfielder rather than the advanced number 10. Danny Lloyd's been the worst player on the pitch for us anyway, so it probably wouldn't harm our performance much. Long ball into the box, headed away by Francis, only to the edge for Rees though. He's got 2 ahead of him and he's just trying to pick one out, but it's really good defensive to play by our winger. Junior getting back, they're really helping out the back 4. Been a pretty solid performance across the board, and with 25 to go we're going to make some changes. Now my superstition means we have to finish this highlight. Duckworth on the right to Lloyd. Can he make an impact before coming off? Great ball in, nodded away. Junior picks it up on the edge, finds the left back Cerula. He's got time to pick out a shot. Just straight at the keeper, he's tipped it over the bar. Either side and it would have caused a lot more trouble. It's going to be a corner taken by Nolan. Outswinging delivery again from the right. Into the box, front post, headed away. Rees combines to get it clear. And it falls for Junior who finds Nolan again. A second chance for him to deliver. Into the box, knocked away as far as Southwell. He holds it up and finds Earing. We're knocking at the door but we haven't got that clinical edge. And we will now go and make those changes with a quarter of the game to go. Okay, so we've made our tweaks, just the one substitution for now. De Maio coming in central midfield for Lloyd. He goes an advanced playmaker on support in a centre 2 with Nolan, and then Earing drops back to the deep line playmaker role. He'll hopefully pick the ball up off the defenders. We've just dropped Junior on the left wing to a support duty too. Not had his best game so far, but he's contributing defensively. And let's get back into it with 20 minutes remaining and hope we can hold on for a brilliant result. Well, 10 to go, we're still on top at the moment. Kellett's picked it up on the left from a throw-in, no. Inside to Cullen, he's got a chance to shoot. Falls back to the left back again, no. Into the box unopposed, but he goes for glory and puts it wide. And with 10 to go, we're still holding on. And I think we'll start time wasting with more substitutions. As we do that, we come back for a highlight though, so superstition states I've got to carry on. Onto the left wing, Nolan with an in-swinging corner this time. We have had the only clear-cut chances in the match, and this one to the back post just nodded off Francis, almost got there to double the lead. Kellett's bringing it away down the left though, and there's no pressure on him at all. As he finds Cullen down the line, we're a little bit short here. Why have we committed so many men forward? It's blocked to McLaughlin and his shot's just wide. Lomas gets away with that poor clearance. 8 minutes to go now, let's make a change, although again we're back for yet another highlight. Duckworth with a throw on the right hand side. 1-2 with Southwell the centre forward. Delivers to the back post. Brown heads away. Only falls as far as Junior though. Back to De Maio whose shot's blocked. We could have put the game beyond sight. Back to Junior. Now De Maio again. Back to Earring in the holding midfield role. Finds De Maio now Cerula. In behind to Junior. He's in one-on-one here. But forced a little wide and he's challenged easily by Wootton. And it looks like it's going to be a nervy grandstand finish. 6 minutes left. We'll finally make that substitution. Jones really struggling for fitness on the right. Rollins will come on for him just for the last few minutes. In fact, he won't. We're going to go even more defensive. Jacob Hansen on. Duckworth will go into the wide midfield role. Hansen will go to fullback. I'm not sure what his best duty is. Defensive fullback he wants to be. Cerula's going to do the same for the last 6 minutes. Duckworth will just be a winger on support. 5 more and we'll make our final change. Probably just swap the strikers for fitness, just to give him a chance to be applauded off. Dale Southwell could be our match winner. Here's Lomas from the short goal kick. Long to Duckworth on the right wing. For once he's got the pass right and he's laid in Southwell. Chance to put it beyond Dow. Rattles the crossbar and cleared. It could have been the moment we wrapped up the first win, but unfortunately it wasn't to be. 1 minute plus stoppage time to go. I'm just going to make the straight swap up front, I think. It's going to be Sam Smith coming on. In fact, we're not going to do that either. Let's be even more defensive yet again. Bingham Williams is going to come in on the left wing. He'll become a winger on support and he'll replace Junior, who's had a really solid game. Into stoppage time we go. The subs are about to be made and I'm just going to go and make some tactical tweaks now. You know our time wasting drill. So on the wings, Bingham Williams and Duckworth are just going to drop back to wide midfield roles. Classic 4-1-4-1 now. There's no need for us to try and be more aggressive. In fact, we're even going to make them defensive wingers on support. They're both better in that duty as they're natural fullbacks anyway, and hopefully that'll shore things up for us. We're also going to put our time wasting on full. Who cares if we get a couple of yellows at this point? And in transition, we're going to slow the pace down. We don't want to do anything too aggressive. And when we win possession, we're going to hold our shape too. No need for us to get forward in any hurry. We'll change to whip crosses. That's something we've got to do now. No real support in the wide areas. So floating them to the back stick isn't going to help, as only Southwell's really going to be attacking. Not that we'll get a chance to cross the ball again. We're just 3 minutes of stoppage time to go. And we're going to drop to cautious when this highlight's done, if the match doesn't finish beforehand. Amanchi on the right hand side to Cullen. He's held the ball up quite well today in fairness. Out to the right wing, we've got so many men behind the ball. Lomas has nicked it high up. My first question is, what on earth is he doing up there? But he has won it back and given it to Francis, and we're keeping the ball really strongly now. Bingham Williams picking it up on the left. Through balls for Southwell and he's in one-on-one. Can he wrap it up? He can't. Saved by the keeper and offside flags now up. We're going to drop to a cautious mentality. The 3 minutes are gone. I don't know why the whistle hasn't gone. Yanni's picked it up at the back, and now they've got a throw on the right with a minute over. We've played nearly 4 minutes of stoppage time. Cullen can't get there as Francis clears. Does really well to get rid of it. The final whistle goes. It's a 1-0 win. A proper scrap. Not many chances in the game, but what a start to life in the EFL for us. We take Halifax away in our first game and get the win. Let's go and tell the lads they were excellent. Try and get this morale back on side. And the new manager bounce has certainly had an effect. We had to go dirty and defensive in the end, but we got the result and that's all that matters. So what a wonderful result to start our tenure. Carlisle beaten in the end by Oldham, so a 4-point gap to the bottom of the table now. We're just one behind Swindon, who were held in that match I presume. They drew 0-0 away at Walsall. Tranmere were held as well, so we closed the gap on them. And of course Chesterfield now just 3 points above us. In our next game we play Newport County in the league. They are just a few points above that on 22, so if we win that we could be 1 point behind them and almost certainly out the relegation zone. My worry is though, between now and then, we've got Preston in the leasing.com trophy, and I'm going to have to put out a reserve side. We really need to keep that 11 fit, and I fear that could harm our confidence again, but let's hope we can cause a surprise. Let's see what the media said about the game quickly. We had a tight contest against a relegation rival. Cerula's struggling for fitness, he'll get a rest in midweek, and we end the 7-match winless run for the club. So a wonderful start to our time at Halifax. We couldn't be asking for much more really. A wonderful first game, I'm really excited about it, and let's hope we can do more of that moving forward. As we said in the last episode, we'll be back for the first game of January. On New Year's Day we play away at Tranmere. They're in 21st, just 2 points above us. Let's hope we'll be above them by then. And then we'll be back after that at the end of January, this time at home to Swindon, who are directly above us, and we may even do a double header at that point, as we've also got bottom of the table Carlisle. There's also a January transfer window to worry about at that point. Hopefully we'll have a new director of football to introduce. As you've seen, our chairman's in charge of hiring him. Let's hope he gets a good one on board. But if you did enjoy this episode and that brilliant first result with Halifax, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the tactic and the performance and players. Is there anything we can do to tweak our tactics, or do we just have to keep going until January? Let me know what you thought of the move, of course. I'm still really surprised that we managed to get an EFL job. We were rejected for so many National League ones with bigger and smaller clubs alike. So I'm really surprised that we got this opportunity, and we're more than happy to make the most of it. So I'm very excited for the season ahead. Let me know in the comments where you think we'll finish. We've got just over half a campaign to turn this around, and I think we'll be able to keep them up on today's evidence. Subscribe to the channel for daily FM20 content from my 2 long-term stories. This one with Halifax will be back in 2 days' time. We'll be showing the Tranmere game on New Year's Day, a relegation 6-pointer yet again. They're all going to be like that till the end of the season. We've just started our 5th season with them. We're of course trying to take them to the top of English and European football, and things are progressing quite nicely so far. Finally, I'm part of a podcast that does matchday vlogs and interviews, so if you're a lower league football fan, please do go and check that out. There's a link in the eye above to some of our matchday vlogs, a couple of them featuring Tranmere actually. But a massive thanks for watching this one and your continued support with the series. I really do appreciate it, and I hope to see you next time for another big 6-pointer as we try to continue our good form against Tranmere.